Hi, boys and girls. So today's the day we're on chapter 10. Wow. When we last left off, the father had another clever idea. He was trying to get to the other side of the river because that's where the dragon was. And he had the crocodiles make kind of like a bridge. And he used the lollipops for them to suck on while he walked across and got to the other side. Clever. All right, so this chapter, my father finds the dragon. Oh, let's see what happens. I can't wait. When my father was crossing the back of the 15th crocodile, remember there were 17, with 2 more lollipops to go, the noise of the monkeys suddenly stopped, and he could hear a much bigger noise getting louder every second. Then he could hear 7 furious tigers and 1 raging rhinoceros and 2 seething lions and 1 ranting gorilla, along with countless screeching monkeys, led by 2 extremely irate wild boars, all yelling. Uh-oh. This is like the climax of the story when the excitement really is built to the top. Ooh. It's a trick! It's a trick! There's an invasion and it must be after our dragon! Kill it! Kill it! The whole crowd stampeded down to the bank. As my father was fixing the 17th lollipop for the last crocodile, he heard a wild boar scream. Uh-oh. Look, it came this way. It's over there now, see? The crocodiles made a bridge for it. And just as my father leapt onto the other bank, one of the wild boars jumped onto the back of the first crocodile. My father didn't have a moment to spare. By now, the dragon realized that my father was coming to rescue him. Look, there's a dragon. Look how excited he is. And oh no, look at the rope around his neck. The dragon ran out of the bushes and he jumped up and down yelling, "Here I am, I'm right here. Can you see me? Hurry, the boar is coming over, the crocodiles too. They're all coming over. Oh, please, hurry, hurry." The noise was simply terrific. My father ran up to the dragon and took out his very sharp jackknife. "Steady, old boy, steady. We'll make it. Just stand still," he told the dragon as he began to saw through the big rope. By this time, both boars, all 7 tigers, the 2 lions, the rhinoceros, and the gorilla, along with the countless screeching monkeys, were all on their way across the crocodiles, and there was still a lot of rope to cut through. "Oh, hurry," the dragon kept saying, and my father again told him to stand still. "If I don't think I can make it," said my father, "we'll fly over to the other side of the river and I can finish cutting the rope over there." Uh-oh. Ooh. Suddenly the screaming grew louder and madder, and my father thought the animals must have crossed the river. He looked around and saw something which surprised and delighted him. Partly because he had finished his lollipop, and partly because, as I told you before, the crocodiles are very moody and not the least bit dependable, and are always looking for something to eat. The first crocodile had turned away from the bank and started swimming down the river. So imagine, the first one leaves, but what's on the tail of the first one? The second crocodile hadn't finished his lollipop. So he followed right after him, still sucking his lollipop, and all the rest did the same thing, one after the other, until they were all swimming away in a line. Can you imagine this? And where are all the other animals? They're on top of they're on top of the crocodiles' backs. The 2 wild boars, the 7 tigers, the rhinoceros, the 2 lions, the gorilla, all along with the countless screeching monkeys, were all riding down the middle of the river on the train of crocodiles, sucking pink lollipops, and all were yelling and screaming and getting their feet wet. Oh my gosh, you ready for this? This is what it looks like. See how funny it is? So this one's starting to go away and they're all following along and they were trying to get over to here. There's some monkeys up there. Ooh, it's buying some time for the father. My father and the dragon laughed themselves weak because it was such a silly sight. As soon as they had recovered, my father finished cutting the rope and the dragon raced around in circles and tried to turn a somersault. He was the most excited baby dragon that ever lived. My father was in a hurry to fly away, and when the dragon finally calmed down a bit, my father climbed up onto his back. All aboard, said the dragon. Where shall we go? We'll spend the night on the beach, and tomorrow we'll start on the long journey home. So if it's off to the shores of Tangerina, shouted my father as the dragon soared above the dark jungle and the muddy river, and all animals were bellowing at them, and all the crocodiles were licking the pink lollipops and grinning their wild grins. After all, what did the crocodiles care about a way to cross the river? And what a fine feast they were carrying on their backs. As my father and the dragon passed over the ocean rocks, they heard a tiny, excited voice scream, "Bum cack, we dreed our naggin. We need our dragon." But my father and the dragon knew that nothing in the world would ever make them go back to Wild Island. The end. And there they are. So Elmer Elevator did it. He rescued the baby dragon. And I just imagine how the story would continue, because didn't the boy want to fly and go on adventures? So now it's his chance to do that. I wonder if they'll go back and tell the cat about it, or maybe they're just going to go on doing their own thing. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed spending time with me as we read this book. I love this book. It's so clever how they used all of the different gadgets that he put in his knapsack to solve all of the problems on Wild Island. And in the end, he was the hero. He saved the baby dragon. So thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed the story as much as I did.